When we're thinking in decades, a lot of high net worth families usually own a business or maybe built one with their own two hands. And so one of the things that we need to consider is, if you are selling it, how do we do that? Whenever I'm coaching a client on the process of selling a business, the best piece of advice I can give is that selling a business and starting that process starts about 2 to 3 years before you do, especially when we're trying to figure out from a tax perspective, how do we get to keep as much of that wealth that we've built in that business. And so there's a couple things to consider when you're making that sale. Viewing it through the lens that there's really two different kinds of ways that you might sell a business. There's something called an asset sale. So think of yourself as a trucking company. You know, you own trucks and trailers and maybe a building or warehouse. An asset sale would be selling the property of that business. The other is something called a stock sale, and that would be selling the business itself. And it's important to understand the distinction and which might be the best way for you when it comes to transitioning out of that business and making sure you protect the nest egg that you built.